Welcome into Rapid Recap presented by Dreamfinders Homes. The Jaguars dropped to 1-8 on the season after a tough-fought loss to the Green Bay Packers. And John, I thought Doug Marrone was very candid and very honest in his post-game press conference and said, yeah, it's great that they were in the game and they fought, but a loss is still a loss, and you toss it up to lack of execution, especially the final offensive drive. I know we always say lack of execution, but that was definitely the storyline for today's game.
Well, he made the point. The offensive line played really well the whole game. He was right. He made that point. And then on 2nd and 10, and then 3rd and really long, back-to-back sacks put you at 4th and 26. That's obviously a no-win situation. I think if you watch Doug Marrone's press conference, you see the reality of this. You can joke all you want as fans about tanking, about all this stuff, about the future. These guys are playing to win now. It rips your heart out as a coach when it doesn't happen. There's big picture storylines that we can talk about forever this season, but you saw the emotion and what it means to these guys today. In that sense, boy, you wish it could have happened for them.
You know, I think a tough one is the best way to describe it. Not because it was a tough loss, although it certainly was, but because they came to play tough. I mean, from the very first moments of the game, it was clear, both sides of the ball, that the Jaguars were the aggressor. Now, you know, the person, the outlier that's covering this game from New York somewhere will say, the Packers were overlooking them. They're 1-7. And, you know, how do you get motivated for that? Who cares? It's about how the Jaguars came and they punched this team in the mouth, both sides of the football. John, I was fully prepared. My big thing, my quick thought one tomorrow to be about the offensive line. And then the end of the game, they didn't hold up their end of the bargain. I thought the secondary played well, right? I mean, Sydney gave up that one long play, but both corners, young corners that I think you may have a combo there, both of them had a takeaway. You say whatever you want, right? We said earlier this week this team would have to play a near perfect game to win. And they didn't play a near perfect game, but damn it, they almost found a way to win that game. And this team, from a talent perspective, from an experience perspective, is nowhere close to that Packers team that will, at the end of this season, probably be somewhere close to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, forget any other, I know we're going to wrap up, but forget any other outside national analysis you hear. Jaguars played well enough to make that a 4-point game. That wasn't Green Bay playing poorly. That was a good NFL team. And the Jaguars decided today that they weren't going to be pushed around, and they weren't. They lost because the offensive line at the end of the game and because Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, a lot of credit to Doug Marrone and his coaching staff in a tough week where all they heard was, you can't compete.
Yep.
All they heard was that. Players, coaches were all asked those questions. They went out and competed. They just didn't have enough today.
Yep. They were in the ball game the entire game, and sadly, lack of execution couldn't come up with the win and fall to 1-8 on the season. We'll have much more about this game tomorrow morning on Jags Drive Time. That's your Rapid Recap.